Because
Don't you think?
Because you said, hey, prepare yourself for him leaving yesterday?
Do you feel better?
No.
Why?
Because even though what you said yesterday is correct, and that eventually Giannis is probably leaving Milwaukee, I still have hope that someday he finishes his time and plays his entire career with Milwaukee. That would be awesome.
He might come back.
That would be great.
He could come back.
Oh, yeah, but I'm also not delusional enough to not realize it's more likely than not that he doesn't play his entire career in Milwaukee, as much as I would love for that to happen.
All right.
Right? But at the same, I still hope it happens. And even though I know it's eventually coming, and for those who, I guess, missed it yesterday, living under a rock, Shams Charania with a new report yesterday that the Bucks were having conversation, or excuse me, Giannis and his representation, his agent, were having conversations about his future with the Bucks.
And do you believe it?
I don't know.
When I walked in, you were like, report's false.
Well, so we'll listen to it straight from...
There's so many layers for us to be able to even start talking about it intelligently.
We have to, there's a lot of layers to peel back. So I guess chronologically, is that the easiest way to do it? So yesterday afternoon, I don't know, around 2 o'clock or so Central Time, 1:30 Central Time, a report comes out from Shams Charania stating that Giannis Antetokounmpo and his agent, Alex Saratzis, have engaged in conversations with the Bucks regarding his future and whether or not his future is best elsewhere. Shams goes on all the shows on ESPN and says, yeah, they're having these conversations and it's okay. Is this the best place for me? Is someplace else the best place for me? And provides that kind of context to the reporting that he has. And the Bucks played last night against the Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
So, of course, the conversation was going to start there. NBA coaches, they meet with the media before the game and after the game. So media members like our pal Eric Name of The Athletic, we're going to have the opportunity to talk to Doc Rivers before the game. And, of course, then we're going to be talking about the matchup with the Detroit Pistons. They're going to talk about this, and here's what Doc had to say.
And I want to make it clear just for I would say one more time, but for the 50th time, it clearly is not getting the One Network, for sure. Giannis has never asked to be traded, ever. I can't make that more clear.
Well, here's the problem. You guys all lie. You all lie.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Here's something we need to figure out.
I've been around coaches for a long time.
Yep.
You know, I have a son that's a coach, and you lie.
Yeah.
They don't think it's lying. That's the problem. No. I'm being serious.
It's a Costanza situation.
They don't think it's lying.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
They all lie. Maybe not all. Maybe that's a little too aggressive. But you lie. You just do. You know? And I could give a million examples. A million. With my kids. My son went to New Mexico to play linebacker. I said, he doesn't want to play tight end. Tell me he's not going to play tight end. He's not going to play tight end. What did he do? First year freshman. They moved him to tight end. You're all lie. You lie. Fickle, you lied. You lied. I forget what he lied about, but you lied. Am I right?
The relationship with Wisconsin WIA coaches.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. You lied. You know, but they don't think they're lying. That's the issue, and you cannot trust them.
Just as a sidebar, I love the fact that the one thing that Chewy took away from the conversation we had is that Fickle lied. Can't remember what he lied about. Just knows, hey, you lied,
Yes.
And that's the only thing that he stores away in the memory
I can't
banks.
believe you. I mean, like a fraud. I don't know why people like the guy. You lied. You're a liar.
Oh, Alex
Once you
Rodriguez?
Yeah, about Royce. He lied twice.
What a random shot.
Also, I don't know if Alex Rodriguez is really that popular.
He's not?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he had a 30 for 30 or something. I mean,
He's made his way back into the media.
But
back to the Bucks.
it's just like, do you guys have a problem with lying?
Well, yeah.
I have a problem with people that lie to me. I can't.
I don't like liars. Yes.
I do not like liars, and that's why I can't take any, am I cynical? Probably a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a lot of it. But I wanted to go at this thing from a team standpoint, okay? Because I think what he's doing is wrong. And if I was a teammate, you know what I would say? Then go. Just go. Just go.
But
go.
Okay, but they've so here's again, you want to peel back all the layers of this. Let's continue to peel back all the layers of this. Because well, Doc also let's play this one, Joshy. Doc saying his source, because again, anytime this is just the way the media works. So I'm not taking a shot at anonymous sources. Right? Like that's just part of the game. That's how it works.
Let's be honest now. We have to be specific. The sources are not anonymous on the Shams report anymore. There's names attached.
Right.
There was, yes, a specific name in Alex Saratzis that seems like that is the source of the news that Shams gets when it comes to Giannis.
That name does not end up in that report from Shams by accident. He wouldn't say specifically Giannis and Saratzis unless Saratzis gave him permission to say that.
Because, again, we know this. We talk with Shefty every Wednesday. Guys like that who are the insiders for the respective sports, whatever network they work for, a lot of the information, yes, they get a lot of information from teams and from organizations, certainly. But a lot of the information also comes from agents. Like a lot of contract information comes from the agents because the agents want it out there. This is how much I got my guys. So they've got great relationship with agents. So I think we could have pieced it together that that's where this information was coming from for Shams, but he also just decided to throw it out there and put the name specifically in the report.
Yeah, I think that is informative to this whole mess we found ourselves in. Because before, I think a lot of people wanted to treat it the same as the league sources, and sources are telling me that the Giannis and Bucks thing might come to an end. It's different when you cite the source and the agent. That's where things get a little extra layer here for us and why this is more complicated than what we've been through.
So here's what Doc says his source for his information is.
The thing I keep saying is I go to the source. I talk to the source every single day. Every single day. And he loves Milwaukee and he loves the Bucks.
So, of course, he's referring to Giannis there, Chewy. Now, again, the next layer here, because then things get really complicated when Giannis goes down last night. And if you're a Bucks fan, you were watching that moment, you're holding your breath because the way he went down, Chew, looked familiar. If you paid attention to the NBA playoffs at all, you're going, oh, no.
The big one.
Well, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it out loud until we're confirmed that it is indeed not that. But Doc Rivers, after the game, he said the Bucks don't think it is that.
I know you said you're doing more tests tonight on Giannis, but guy goes down with no contact like that. Have you guys ruled out Achilles? Is that something you're still testing on?
Yeah, I think we've ruled that out, honestly. But I don't think it was no contact either. I thought the bump, if you watch the bump drive, that's what threw him off balance. You know, he got bumped in and then someone landed on top of him. So I thought the bump was what made him lose his balance. And then it looked like it was no one around, but I thought it was the bump that threw him off balance.
Okay, so they think they can rule out the Achilles injury, which obviously is good for this entire thing. Whether Giannis is staying or leaving, it's good that he's healthy. I think everybody agrees on that.
But it's going to be some time before he's back.
I would
he
imagine.
Did strain something, so they're going to lose a lot of games. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yes, but which we're going to get there. But here's the other thing, too, because again, there's a lot of layers to this that we have to get to, because you mentioned teammates. All right, so this is the first time since this report came out that teammates had an opportunity to talk to the media, be asked the questions, not just about winning. Again, kudos to them for winning and beating the best team in the Eastern Conference right now without Giannis for the majority of the game like they did last night. But a lot of players stepped up and talked. Here is Kevin Porter Jr. on Giannis.
Yanni, I'll just say this. There's a lot of outside noise. That's just what comes with it. And, Yanni does a great job of assuring that he's wanting to be here with this group specifically. So we ain't worried about all the outside noise. That's my brother. And I'm sure if it was something, he would come to us. But he with us. And we're going to hold it down until he's ready.
And then Kyle Kuzma also talked after the game.
Wow, you didn't have a lot to say, huh?
It's just a league. Everybody comes up with rumors. Nobody really knows anything, honestly. Reporters and media, they try to dig and think they got the answers, but nobody has the answers really. So.
You know what? It's very simple, though. It's just, I don't know why this is so difficult. Because all he's got to come out and say,
See,
this is all a lie. I'm staying here.
And that's the final.
Does he like playing games or what?
I think there's a part of him that enjoys the attention, probably. Which makes sense. I think that's true of every athlete, Chewy. I think you could talk about
and you know, I'll speak
as an athlete.
I'll speak to the players.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you had one of them that liked the conversation about him that was one of your good friends.
Well, it's not even him. It's Sterling. When the whole Sterling thing, was that what you're talking about, Josh?
No, I was saying Favre.
Yeah, no.
Team, yeah.
Later on in his career, he turned into a douche. Yeah, that's fair. We all do at times. You know. I mean, I never have.
Who's among us hasn't had a
when
moment?
Sterling stood up the night before we're playing Minnesota, right? Half
94.
the team was enraged. Half of the team was like, well, good for you. I'm with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not how I'm wired. You know what I mean? Because I look at, and I hate to use the analogy of, going into battle and all that garbage, but you know what? You put so much blood, sweat, and tears, and your best player says, it's all about
you put a lot of effort into it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was the case, I'd go right, and I'd say, what's the deal? Are you here? Are you with us? Are you not with us? And people can have their opinions, and certainly there were back in the day with Sterling, know. And I've aired my lawn. I love Sterling off the field. I love him to death. On the field, couldn't stand playing with the guy. I don't want to play with guys like that. And the world has changed. Sports have changed.
Yeah.
It's all about clickbait and what do I get and what's in it for me. And I get it. But, I mean, to me, it's just like, are you in or are you out? Are you in or are you out?
Well, so, and I think that's a fair question. And again, you bring up, because again, the final layer to this is Giannis could end all of this rather quickly.
Absolutely.
He could. And I understand now he's hurt, and he didn't talk to the media last night because of that. And he may not talk to the media, but we know he has the passwords to his social media accounts because he just scrubbed them not very long ago.
I know, but this is my problem.
It's easy to send out a tweet or an Instagram post or an Instagram story, whatever you want to do, saying, hey, I'm committed here. He could end all of this very, very quickly.
But here's my problem. Because we went through the same situation a couple years ago with Rodgers.
Yeah.
And people lambast him. Fair. Well, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't Giannis getting the same?
It's starting to happen.
Why isn't he getting the same?
It's starting to happen.
It is?
Because more often than not, I would say the majority of Bucks fans don't believe the reports that have been out there. Because to this point, any report that's come out, and at times, I understand where it's coming from. At times, it feels like there are reporters that have wishful thinking that Giannis is not going to be in Milwaukee. That's what it's felt like at times. So it's easy for a Bucks fan to go, oh, look at this. He's still there. And on the Hoop Collective podcast, when Wendy brought this up a couple of weeks ago, Tim McMahon, who is one of the hosts of that podcast, went, man, why are we still talking about this? We bring this up every year, and we've been doing this for 7 years. He's still on Milwaukee. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And I think that's how Bucks fans have been. These reports aren't true. They're made up, all these different things. But as the noise continues to get louder, and as Giannis does not dispute them the way that you pointed out, he has not disputed them, I think there are some members of the Bucks fan community that are going, hey, wait, why hasn't he said this? Wait, is there truth to these? And I think you're starting to see that turn a little bit the way it did eventually turn on Rodgers. Do want to get to a couple of these texts on the Carbos Talking text line, 800-990-3776. You mentioned, okay, are you in or are you out? And Ted tweets in, Ted from Mayville, Giannis's injury, perfect timing after these reports. Of all the things that are going on, the one thing I do know for sure, if Giannis steps out on the floor, the dude literally only has one gear.
He can't even turn it down in an all-star game.
No, he cannot. Mm-hmm. Right, so if Giannis is out there, he is with you. And I feel very confident that Giannis would never fake an injury. Feel very confident in that.
I totally agree.
Very confident in that.
Totally agree.
Like, again, we can have the debate whether or not you think he's committed to Milwaukee, but the second he steps out on that court, which is the one thing he always wants to do, like, he is...
Yeah. He's all in.
He is balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Like, that is just what he does.
My issue is this, Gabe and Joshy. If you want to move on, do it before the season starts or after it starts. You don't do it in the middle of the season. Too many guys are vested. Too much hard work goes into this stuff to get to the point they're at.
I agree
just
with
think
that.
it's extremely selfish. Now, baseball's different, right, Gabe? Because I was trying... they moved on from Corbin Burns, right? But that was more of a front office move. That wasn't him. Hader, we really don't know the story behind Hader.
Hader was the middle of the season.
Yes.
They did Burns in the offseason. So they did Burns between.
Sorry, I thought that was middle of the season.
Yeah, no.
But
Hader wasn't a good move. And because the Brewers were active, they thought the message that sent to the front office, obvious, but to your point, that blew it up. Now, Doc pointed out, and we don't have time to play the entire clip, but Doc pointed out last night the reason why he thinks this is happening is the Bucks, going into last night, they had lost 7 of 8. And that's the reason why these are coming up.
I got one question for Doc. One question. Did Giannis talk to New York or his representatives? You can spin this any way you want and never ask for a trade.
So I don't think that him or his representatives talked to New York. I believe firmly that if Giannis has his choice, and I don't know if he will, but if Giannis had his choice, he would go to the Knicks. Like, if he was not going to be in Milwaukee, I firmly believe that. Just the way, over the course of his career, he's talked about Madison Square Garden, the way he's talked about the Knicks. Like, his legacy, just like any athlete, their legacy is important to them, and he realizes what it would mean if he went to New York and brought them a championship. I think he knows all of that, and if he's not going to be in Milwaukee, I think that's his number one destination.
Which is fine.
Which is, again, I don't think anybody has any problem with that.
Yeah.
But additionally, like, Horst talked with the Knicks about Giannis this offseason. Like, that happened.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was an exclusive window, the way that Shams point, I don't know. Like, I feel there are some gray areas around a lot of the details around that. But John Horst, Bucks general manager, did talk to the Knicks. Now, obviously, it didn't go very far because the Knicks don't have anything. The Knicks don't have anything they want to give up for Giannis.
I know we're up against it a little bit, but should be the Bucks, I'm talking in front of it, be at their boiling point? If the reports are true. Should they be at their boiling point? Because clearly the Packers came to a boiling point with Favre and with Rodgers.
Yes, but you know why that boiling point increased?
Yeah.
Because they had Rodgers behind Favre.
Guy was there.
And they had Love behind. Like, there is no next to Giannis.
No.
Like, that just doesn't.
That's the problem. If you reach your boiling point, too bad. What are you going to do about it? If you think you have a replacement, if there was another Giannis waiting in the wings, you go, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you had Wemby,
yes,
then you go, see you later,
Take
pal.
a hike, pal. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
But as much as I like Ryan Rollins, as much as I like Kevin Porter Jr., like, these guys, they're nice players.
Yeah.
They're not generational. And that lies therein lies
What
the
do you
problem.
think if we pulled it and we simply said, "Are you sick of the drama?"
We can pull
because
it.
we got sick of Rodgers' drama.
Sure.
Where I think people were okay, just go away. And I know because they had Love in the wings. But are you getting?
But Rodgers also, I think, with a lot of the other stuff, just becoming outspoken literally everywhere else about everything.
Yeah.
In the silence retreats and the ayahuasca, I think just everything wore on them.
Yeah.
And the difference there, too, is Rodgers was a catalyst to the will he, won't he, is he going, won't he go? Because every time after the season, he did the dramatics of, I don't know if I'll be here. I don't know if this is my last time. And he fed into it. Giannis has probably wisely distanced himself from any of this as much as you possibly could. And that's sort of the difference. Giannis isn't out here creating it, but now the absence of Giannis talking is also an issue of
it's adding to it,
right? So
yes.
that makes it different. But yeah, Rodgers was a main factor on why the stuff happened.
Yeah,
Rodgers was the fire, and then also decided to throw some kerosene on himself to increase the flames.
And I'm a very casual NBA fan. The thing that bothers me the most is if this is true and I hear he loves Milwaukee. That bothers me the most.
Sure.
Makes my skin boil.
And I can be completely honest. And one last thing, I just want to get to this because we as NBA fans, I don't know why. I know why we do this, but Jason on the Carblers Talk It text line. Let's be honest. They don't make the moves unless the player says it's okay. They made all the moves the player wanted. The player has made his bed. Now it sucks, but now he wants to go sleep in another bed. This is why Kobe is the GOAT. Look, man, like if you want to pretend that Kobe didn't ask out and didn't create drama in LA, that's on you, Jason. Mm-hmm. If you want to pretend that didn't happen, that's fine. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen. That doesn't mean that Kobe, there isn't video out there of Kobe insulting his teammates at practice and walking out on a practice. Those videos exist. Kobe asked out. Kobe wanted out of LA, wanted to get traded. The Lakers dug in and ultimately did not do that. So if you want to pretend that, guys like Kobe who stuck around, like they didn't have some drama, they did. That I just want to get that out there.
Sports are kind of cool. I mean, I love drama.
I know you do.
And it's the perfect thing because it's sourcing and it's no one putting their direct name on it.
Yeah, except for Alex Saratzis.
Right. You can believe whatever you want to believe about this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to parse out what to believe. And here's another thing. Somebody's lying.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Somebody somewhere is lying.
And we have to determine who it is. And I think half of the audience is going to think it's Shams and Windy.
Yeah.
Half of the audience is going to think it's Giannis and his agent.
This is like my
Some
morning...
people are going to think it's Doc. Doc isn't telling the truth.
This is my morning Netflix. I get it in the morning, and then I'll go home and watch Stranger Things. And it's the same thing.
Yes. And
so good.
This is what makes the NBA as relevant as it is.
Yes.
Hey guys, it's Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Thanks for watching our clip. I'm sure it was super informative and educational. I'm just kidding. I love those knuckleheads. And we do it live every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get informed anytime we drop new content.